So let's turn now to Rob Frankel to talk more about what Google's ad problems may mean for the brands of both Google and the digital advertisers who use YouTube. He's a branding strategist at robfrankel.com. Rob, welcome. Good to have you with us. How big a deal is this for Google and YouTube? I mean, if they're starting to see big companies like AT&T, Verizon, Johnson & Johnson, and others melt away, that's serious. Or is it?
Well, from a PR standpoint, I'm sure you're correct. But one of the worst secrets in all of online advertising is nobody really knows how well that works. So if they decide that, for the public, they want to try and remedy the situation, bully for them. How much a boycott's really going to hurt and how long these guys are going to stay out of the game, I don't think it's going to be all that much of a deal.
So let me follow up on that. Do you think then that they're using this content adjacency issue as a cover potentially for the idea that the ads just aren't working? And if the ads were working better, they'd stick.
Well, I think that's a very astute observation. Let's face it, the business of business is dollars over the transom. And if nobody is going to be that quick to pull something on a political agenda if they know that it's bringing in the dollars. Clearly, and this has always been a problem with online advertising, nobody knows what works. All they really sell are eyeballs. They don't really know where their ads appear, and this really shows you. Now, your ad agency is going to say, hey, it's going to work in this content, but they clearly cannot target content, and that's a bigger issue.
I think one of the issues, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that oftentimes a brand like a Johnson & Johnson or an AT&T or a Verizon doesn't know where the ad is going to be placed because it's basically done by a computer, and therefore their ad could be placed next to questionable content, and they may not know it until people complain.
Well, that is definitely true, but you also have to remember that most digital advertising, some of it is content associated, but believe it or not, most of the ad sales business is still based on 30, 40, 50-year-old eyeball technology, which basically means how many eyeballs are looking at it. They really don't care who's looking at it. They just want to be able, based on a cost per thousand or cost per million basis, to get that billing. And that's where the deals are.
So why did this happen this week, Rob? Did somebody wake up at AT&T or at Verizon and go, boink, some of our ads are showing up next to hateful content? I mean, it's not like this was new. What happened?
This story has such deeper roots than anybody would imagine. The same thing happened here that happened with Brexit, what happened with the populist movement, the rise of everything. What's really happening isn't so much in the ad sales, it's in the content creation. It's in these people who are memeing entire movements. And now, more than ever before, there are well-funded movements that are just throwing content out there like never before. They're getting the eyeballs, and the number of eyeballs is pulling in the ads.
Interesting point. Rob Frankel with robfrankel.com. Thanks very much.